All right, Duffers and all fans and friends and favorites of the Pinehurst Six, we are in the house today, guys. I am on location in Humacao, Puerto Rico. I'm going to butcher anything I say, anything here in Spanish. You would think I would have it locked down by being, partly Puerto Rican, but everyone's learned real quick, and that ain't me. I'm butchering names left and right out here all week. This week, though, this is awesome. So we are about to go into what me and Greg are considering the guys trips weekend. All right. And I wanted Greg on last week to talk about it because I think you're literally this next weekend. You guys are live, and I'm live in Vegas. We're literally going to be same time guys weekend doing some tournaments and stuff. However, Greg here from the Pinehurst Six here he's got come on. He's got some wild stories about how he puts this together, how he coordinates it with his buddies, and he's got something from a prize standpoint too that we're going to be talking about. So, Greg, Pinehurst 6, we're how many days away?
We are 5 days away from the Pinehurst trip. 5 short days. We'll leave on Tuesday or on Wednesday morning, head down there, and then the tournament starts on Thursday. So we're excited.
Walk us through how this thing even started. First of all, how did the Pinehurst 6 golf tournament of friends even come together?
Yeah, so it started out with just, there were 5 of us originally. We went down on to Pinehurst, found a good deal, booked it through Golf Escapes of the Sandhills, and we went down there, played 5 rounds of golf in 3 days, called it a weekend, headed back home. Then finally we started thinking like, hey man, we gotta every year on the way back home, we were thinking, okay, but who played the best? So we decided to take our handicaps every year, put them to the course handicap, add up all the course handicaps, and that's what you start at under par for the week. So our buddy Chris, he's a 19 handicap. So he gets, in 6 rounds, he gets around 120 some strokes. So on Wednesday night, he'll be sleeping at negative 127 or so. And we always joke around that he's sleeping on the lead. But yeah, we rack it and stack it that way. And then as the trip goes, you get closer and closer to 0, and then you cross 0, and you're over par for the week. And but it's a lot of fun. Originally, when we were scheduling it, our buddy TK, we call him 1.0 because we have 2 TKs in the group. So 1.0 would get all the courses that we want to play, and he'd send it in, email a woman named Mink Powell. So Mink Powell was our girl. She booked the trip for us, made sure we had a place to stay, had everything settled for us. Unfortunately, a few years ago, TK emailed Mink, and we got an email back from Larry, Mink's husband, saying that Mink had passed away. So, yeah. So we decided we wanted to do something for Mink because she meant a lot to our group. She booked our trip for us every year. So we're going to start this tournament, and we decided to name our trophy the Mink Powell Memorial Trophy. So that's where the
Memorial Trophy. This is awesome. Now, who has it? Who actually has the trophy?
Brandon Johnson has the Mink right now. He's won it twice. It's been awarded 3 years. He's won it twice. Our guy Brad has won it once. Little bit of a funny story on the way down to Pinehurst. So there's 10 of us now, right? It started with 5. Then we added 2.0 to make the original Pinehurst 6. Now we're up to 10 guys. And so, 10 guys, you get there how you get there, but 4 of us drive down together. And it's Brandon, Brad, my guy Mark, and me. So we call our car the Mink Mobile because the mink has never not gone home in our car. Obviously,
Nice.
me and Mark need to live up to our end of the bargain there in the next couple years. But the Mink Mobile's still going strong, still never gone home in another car. So
That's
yeah, we're pretty
great.
pumped about it.
So now it's obviously a trophy of sorts. All
Yes,
right. So I when you get there, when you land, you got to get a photo and you got to tag Duffers Review so we can see what the guys are playing for. We got to see this trophy, right? It's going to
absolutely.
be, I got to be epic. Yeah, I know you guys are going to, have to turn it in. Is it a cup? Is it a plaque?
Oh no, it's a trophy. I mean, it's it's good sized guy. It's got a little golfer on top, and then it's got a bunch of nameplates on the front.
Mhm.
Pretty standard. Yeah, pretty
Oh, I'm
standard looking
excited.
trophy.
I'm
Oh yeah,
excited. So
it's great.
that's freaking great. I'm loving that. So the group goes down. Let's talk the courses. So I've been seeing that you've been dropping, yeah, obviously your content, all week. I'm loving it, liking it. And you guys have been talking about all the courses, but let's get everyone a chance here. Give us the insight on the courses you guys are going to play. Give us some funny antics or what you guys are excited about. Which one you're most excited about playing, and which one Duffer should come out, and play. You'd be excited to play.
Yeah, absolutely. We're running blind on a couple courses this year. So we booked 3 new courses that none of us have ever played. So those are Pine Wild. Pine Wild has 36 holes. So the Pine Wild Magnolia course and the Pine Wild Holly course, neither of us have played. The Magnolia course has hosted a bunch of like U.S. Open qualifiers. So obviously challenging course.
Nice.
We're really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that probably the most, just because we've never played it before. So it's brand new track. No, no demons haunting us from past years, and just a clean slate. I'm really looking forward to that one. Another new course we're playing is Deercroft. We've never played Deercroft. It's like 18 miles south of Pinehurst, so it's kind of out of the way, but it's known as like a hidden gem in the Pinehurst area. So I'm really excited
Nice.
to get to see that. We're also going to a couple of our old familiar favorites. We're going to Mid South. It's an Arnold Palmer design course down there. That's one of my favorite courses that we have played down there. We close out the trip with Tobacco Road. I got a print right up here of Tobacco Road. I mean, it's picturesque to say the least. It's Mike Strantz designed. If anyone knows anything about Mike Strantz, he makes you want to, break all your clubs in half by the end of the round. It's challenging. It is target golf at its finest. If you hit your spots, you can score there. But if you don't, man, it's going to eat you alive.
That's unique because Tobacco Road is on our bucket list to go out and play. We've had a couple attempts to get at it. Tobacco Road is also one. It's very hard to book. It is a very, very popular course. So unless you're playing it kind of like off season or just after it's getting some done, do they have a little bit more wide open as far as tee times? So we're getting a little strategic about it this year. September, it's on our target list for the September rounds.
Awesome.
This is great. So the courses that you played, and I love that you hit on the aspect of hidden gem. Why does that particular course? Because the Duffers, we talk about it, and every once in a while we'll find a course that completely exceeds the marketing, the hype, the bad golf course website they may have, and all of a sudden you play it and you're like, dude, this is the best hidden gem ever. I'd come out here all the time. So what makes that particular one your guys' hidden gem for you?
So we haven't played it yet. We'll find out. That's just the reviews I'm reading.
This is going to be a new one. This is going to be
Yeah,
one of the new ones.
Yep, yeah, Deercroft is one of the new ones. That's just the reviews I'm reading online saying it's a hidden gem, which kind of makes sense. This will be our 9th year down there, and we haven't played it yet. So, we try to play new courses every year, at least a couple. And if we haven't gotten out there, then it's pretty hidden.
That's great. So 9 years. So this is 9 years running. Have you won the trophy yet?
I have not. Like I said, so we we started the tournament year 5, because this will be the 4th year of the tournament.
Okay, 4th year running of the tournament. Got it. Okay.
Yes, ninth year we've gone down there. 4th year of the tournament, and yeah, it's been Brandon twice and Brad once. So someone else has got to win it. Hopefully, someone on the Mink Mobile, because we got to bring it home.
There you go. So how many out of the guys, who do you think? Make your prediction right now. I'm gonna put you on the spot because I know these guys are all are gonna kind of give you some crap for it. But who do you think's sandbagging this year?
Oh man. Well, our guy Jay Hill, he's going in at a 9.9 handicap, so right at 10 basically. He just shot a 75 today. So if I'm saying anybody's sandbagging, man, it's got to be him. He claims that golfing with us makes him nervous, and golfing with his buddies, he's just more loose. But I don't know. It could be that. Could be multiple other things. I don't know. It's a whole new world down there. I mean, you get down there, the grass is different. It sits different. It plays different. The greens are faster, so it's really hard to plan for it. But yeah, shooting a 75 today, I gotta say that would be the sandbagging day.
Be the same match. I'm gonna make sure we're gonna put out a broadcast checking in on you guys next when we're out at the Vegas tournament, saying is he sandbagging or not. We're gonna get you guys chiming in on it. So you've been doing this for 9 years, right? You have to have the story of stories. You posted one today about the one with Tiger, kind of throwing his guts out. So what is the story of stories that is probably when you're sitting around at the end of the round, you guys are joking, drinking, and stuff, and everybody goes, "Oh my God, did you remember? What's that story?"
Oh gosh. So my favorite story to tell is our guy Brandon. He's 3.6 handicap this year. So best golfer on the trip. He's won the Mink twice. So the handicap is not a fluke. We go down there, and Brandon was on a really strict diet for like a month going into the trip. So he hadn't drank in a month. He was not prepared physically. The rest of us got to we got to prep the liver. We got to start drinking a couple days ahead of time, just so we're not
That's
dead.
why I'm in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, exactly. And just so we're not dead by the time we get on the trip. But that first night, man, we always say we're going to take it easy, but then you get around all the guys, you get excited, and you never take it easy. So Brandon ended up playing Flip Cup with Jack Honey with our guy 2.0. I'm telling you, man, he was feeling it. So he's like falling asleep in a chair. We're watching Impractical Jokers on TV, and we're like, Brandon, man, there's no way you break 80 tomorrow. And he's like, oh, I'm definitely breaking 80 tomorrow. And we're like, dude, like, you're gonna be so rough tomorrow morning. There is no chance that you break 80. And he goes, no, I'll break 80. So we're like, all right. There's 6 of us. The other 5 of us, we'll all throw in $20. So you get $100 if you break 80 tomorrow. But if you don't, you owe us all $100. So it's either you win 100 or you lose 500. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. Okay. So in the middle of the night, we're sharing a room. We got twin beds on either side of the room. And I hear this guy just start, just having an awful night. I'm like, all right, I'm sleeping on the couch. I can't listen to this guy all night. So I wake up to Brandon, sheets in his arms, walking out of the bedroom. He's like, hey man, I puked on the sheets. I got to go find a laundromat. And he leaves. Comes back. We head out to the course. He is rough. He is in rough shape. He's shaking, like physically shaking. You can see it. He's like leaning on stuff just to stand up. Dude goes out, shoots 75, 73, takes all of our money, and runs away with the mink. That was the first year of the mink too. So that's my favorite story to tell because I mean I've had rough days on the course. I've not shot well when I've had rough days on the course. But yeah, Brandon just laced it all day. It was insane.
That is awesome. Everyone has that, and which I think is really unique, and I think we all do it. I think no matter what, even when we go down for our annual, what we call the D&D Sandy Toes trip, all my buddies come down, we're golfing. We go down with like 18 people, and we always arrive, and we're always like, all right, it's night one. We got a whole week. Let's not do this. We just locked in our tee times. We want to be able to show up on time. Never once. Never once has it gone in like, oh yeah, we're ready to play, ready to play golf. So this is the ultimate Puerto Rico weather right here. I'm outside and I'm now getting rained on.
Perfect.
So I mean, and it's warm rain. This is like the only time you're like, oh yeah, hang out in the rain. As I push my laptop further and further back. All right, hold on a second. 30 seconds. Oh, it's now going tropical. Oh. All right, that went clear downpour.
This is the real experience. It wouldn't be an on-scene shoot if we didn't have some weather difficulties.
I don't know if you could see, but it was just like out of nowhere, real quick. Just there you go. Just trying to make sure I was in the right lighting, right? So we see that it goes down every year. Everyone goes down and they always party too hard. So I came down to go this week. Family reunion, but I was like, hey, I got to get on the course, guys. Like I just got to do it. There's no way that I can go from this, have to fly home, have 2 days to wash and change everything. Myself jumping on a plane Wednesday morning, heading out. I'm actually doing a buddy a favor, and I'm heading out to California, jumping in the car with him, and then we're driving out to Vegas because I didn't want him to drive alone out to Vegas when he's going to be the chauffeur the entire trip. So I was like, absolutely, man, I'll help you with the drive. So I've got that, in front of me for next week. But same thing, text messages, the group text messages all day today. I mean, all over the place. How much do I still owe who? Who are we picking up the keg from? How much room do we have in this house? It's like, I'm going, guys, we haven't even, it's still the weekend. We haven't even made it in there yet. And they're all like, yeah, whatever there, Mr. Rum and Coke. And I'm like, it's like, well, true that. I do have a rum and Coke in my hand right now. So to get my, my dad and my brother, my brother's daughter out on the course yesterday was one in a million. My dad's not a golfer. And he basically just roasted us, for 18 holes from the golf cart. Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You guys are playing Indiana Jones in the woods looking for golf balls, and stuff like this. And I go, how about, helping us out with, the lay of the land out here? And he goes, it's jungle. You're playing in the jungle. So keep it up there, Tarzan.
It's jungle.
So it was just a riot. It was just a riot for him to see it, but just kind of get a firsthand of watching us getting out there and stuff and stuff. But so as a sneak peek to it, I'll tell everyone on the Duffers here, we got a chance to play Palomas Country Club, and we played Rio Mar yesterday. The Palomas course is considered one of the number one, number two courses on the island. So I had to go big, right? Go big or go home, check it out. And it was, the front nine was a little rough as far as what I would say conditions, for a pristine course. Back nine was one of the most beautiful, rounds of golf I could, possibly think of. Because we weren't pushed. We were out there just kind of like on our own cart, filming, playing music, everything the whole nine, and it just turned out to be a great round. And we had laughed because it's island sun, right? I'm sure if you've ever been to like this, when you go to the, Caribbean of that nature, it'll beat down on you. It was like the perfect overcast. It was like the perfect round of golf. So then we play yesterday at Rio Mar, which is also a nice resort, course. And I was trying to explain the difference. If you've ever played a resort course, a true, like you're going someplace and it's like, the Wyndham, whatever, golfing, retreat spa. the courses are designed to funnel and put your balls back in the net. They want all the people just kind of like, oh, there's a little hill on the right, and it funnels right back down into the fairway. This had to have been the toughest resort course I've ever played in my life. Every hole systematically was hazard all the way up one side of the hole. So we would step up on the first hole. It's a huge hill on the right, funnels back down to the fairway, and nothing but marsh and water. And we were calling it like Turtle Bay, Lizard Alley, all the way up. So there's zero miss left. We get to the next hole. We're like, okay, finally that hole's over there. And we're like, what the heck? All the way up the right, marsh. And it was so every other hole, it just teeter-tottered to just I've never seen anything like that. So it was gorgeous. And what was great about it was half the price of the first course. So our final review came in pretty rough because we had comparison. I would definitely tell anybody if you're going to play the Rio Mar course handicap, or better, and that's just straight up from a duffer. Now, if you don't care about the entire box of balls that we lost out there, and you just want to have one of the most epic times, and see some of the craziest, iguanas, and wildlife out there. There was one thing that we literally called Turtle Bay. We drove by it and we were filming, and there had to been like 50 turtles lined up all the way around, the lake. So it didn't disappoint. And then we went down. They call them tree chickens down here, the iguanas. And so we're filming, and we got the front camera on the car. And yeah, we call them tree chickens. It's like these little guys here, right? And there's a difference. There's 1,000 geckos running around this place. But iguanas, they're like a dinosaur. And the difference was we hit this one hole, and it must be where they get the best food or whatever. We counted 75 while we were standing on the tee box. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to do it. We're going to get the best footage ever. And we ran right up the center. And all you see are just freaking chickens running back and forth, getting out of the way of the cart, running at the cart. We're all like, oh, that's what's chasing us. Like, it was just an absolute, riot of a good time. And then to be able to do that with my brother as well, makes it even crazier because he's just a natural clown. In the family, he's the youngest. Usually the youngest is, the most like starved for attention. So they're born with a mic in their hand. So it was just an absolute blast to see, and have that there. So those were the two we got in this week in preparation for it. I think the one thing I only prepared for was the liver. I think I was like, that was the one that probably got most workout the week going into Vegas next week, which is the American Golf Festival out of Las Vegas. This tournament is let me pull this up real quick. This tournament has like 300. It's 300. 300 teams. There's 3 courses teams out at the Paiute. 300 teams. There's 3 courses. Everyone's going out like double stacked. And here's the coolest about the tournament, why I think everyone should go and do it. It's a scramble. We've all seen the crazy 64, oh yeah, we eagled and buried every whole BS team of, Johnny 500 pounds, standing there and trying to hold a face like he's, playing with, 4 tigers on the course at the same time. This tournament, you tee off both teams at the same time. So it's a full-on scramble, but you have the other team with your scorecard, and you're playing out the hole together as two foursomes.
Oh, I think David is having some technical difficulties. It might have dropped off here for a second. But that would be a fantastic addition to any scramble. It's having, another team just standing there watching you. Because I know we've all seen the clips of, teams coming in 24, 27 under par. And it's like, is that even possible? There he is.
Yeah.
The man of the hour is
Yeah.
back.
So I appreciate it. Look at he's keeping me down. I love it. I love it. Greg maintaining the fort there. And and that's you nailed it right on the head in that right there. Like I don't like getting into a tournament where you usually when you square it for a tournament, you try to bring out your best guys, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're going into it totally as a party tournament. You don't care what you're placing or whatever. This one's televised, right? So this one's got like you got some skin in the game, right?
Yeah.
So we're going down. We're all of our handicaps are in. We're playing at it. Because last year, had we had our handicaps, I think we would have took second or first place. Everybody didn't have established handicaps. So this year we've got them all established and we're playing in that field. So we're going in with a little bit more like, all right, if that's what won last year and these guys were on TV, we're bringing the goofiness of Duffers Reviews team onto TV and playing for the top spot. So I'm really excited for this next week because we're in the televised slots. We're playing with the handicaps, and it's two teams out there, which was great because we met a ton of great golfers last year that have become. I've gone out to their areas, neck of woods, New Mexico and stuff, and golfed with them, from Duffers Review standpoint, even after the fact. And I was got messages already this year like, hey, you guys are coming down, right? And it not even wasn't. This is where it's really funny. It wasn't really for the golf part of it. They're like, we want to party with you guys at the after party again because it's Las Vegas and you guys are just insane. So this year we did it a little bit smarter. And I tell everybody, and I'm sure you guys kind of do it the same way. I think you kind of mentioned it with your group there. It's not hotel based. We went and rented a house. So everyone gets to kind of, hang together this time after the fact.
Yep.
Because we were shutting Vegas down last year, and in the casinos and stuff, and it just got a little, crazy and dangerous of what we were spending and doing out there. But at least now we're going to take some of it back to the house and try to do, one of our buddies is setting up a poker night at the house. So it's going to be, it'll be an entertaining, event for sure. This is great. I'm excited. I'm excited because I want to come down and I'm going to coordinate it with you over this next year. I want to come down with the crew and be your guys' film crew and heckle you guys for an entire Pinehurst 6 event. To also get a chance to play some what looks like some amazing courses that you guys are going to be putting in this year at the event. I do though want everyone to know this is going to be unique, and this is where I'm going to be more excited next week to see how this unfolds. We're going to close out with Greg has got a very unique scenario he's dealing with here in this particular tournament. Which, first of all, hats off to you. This is major commitment on keeping two sides of a world together. And this is the perfect example of, hey, you got to do two things and certain things have to be done. So, Greg, take it away. What is it you have to deal with this year for the tournament that you guys are getting ready to run down to?
Yeah, so just awful timing on my boy Connor's part. He decided to get married the weekend of the golf trip. He's one of my best friends, guy that I consider a brother. And I'm in the wedding. Gotta make it, obviously. The wedding is in New York on the Saturday of the golf trip. So I'm a little jealous. I'll fill you in. But so we're going down, playing 2 rounds of golf Thursday, 2 rounds of golf Friday. I'm hitting the airport. I've got a plane out at 10:30 on Friday night. I get into JFK around midnight. I'm going to, take the subway to my hotel. Got the wedding Saturday night. Sunday morning, 7 o'clock. I'm right back on a plane, heading down to Pinehurst. I land at 8:32. The drive is 34 minutes from the airport to Tobacco Road, our last round, and the tee time is at 9:16. So I should be right on time for my tee time at Tobacco Road. But yeah.
So now here's the thing. I think it's going to be amazing. Is one, your clubs and stuff are going to be there. So this is kind of one of those. You're just sprinting, right? I know Greg's a smart man who'll have $100 bill in his pocket ready to roll for the Uber that's going to grab him that says, hey, look, I'll pay the ticket. get me there. If you can get me to a bucket, a bucket of warm up first, and really make it worth your while. So literally, the trip back is just kind of like, hey, jump on the plane, jump off the plane. Are you taking any because I know you're in the wedding, but is that stuff being handled like kind of like, all right, cool, here it is. You guys go turn the tuxes and stuff back in, so you literally can just get to the other side.
So I'm taking the tux down to Pinehurst. I'm gonna just pack it, bring it. I might be wearing the tux jacket on the plane and pack the rest in like a carry-on because I don't want to wait for a checked bag on the way back. So I'm not bringing a checked bag there. So yeah, I might be wearing the suit flying to New York. But I'll get there, and then I already texted the guys. I'm like, hey, like right after the wedding, I'm going to our hotel room. I'm changing out of that. I'm handing the tux to the best man. He's gonna drop it off the next day, and I'm heading out. I'm probably spending the night at JFK because I do not want to risk oversleeping.
Don't even want to risk it.
Nope. So I'm getting a 2 a.m. I'm gonna be one of those crazy people on the subway at 2 a.m. heading to JFK and just get a couple hours of sleep at my gate, make sure I make the plane, and make sure I make that last round because it's for the mink. Hopefully awesome. I'll be in the running, so got to make that last round.
So, but they're playing Saturday. Does that make any impact on your guys' round on your chances?
They are playing Saturday. It does make an impact on my chances. Hopefully I can make up for it. But so since they're playing on Saturday, we've established that every other player, so the 9 other guys, get to throw out their worst round on Thursday or Friday. So their Saturday round will all count. So going into the weekend, we will know where everybody stands, so we don't have to do math on Saturday night, kind of thing. So they're throwing out their worst round.
For you, then that means you've got to carry both those rounds.
I've got to carry them,
and you don't get to take your Saturday round.
Yep, exactly. So I've got 5 rounds all.
So you're counting. So you're still in. You're just your first 2. You got to count.
Exactly. Yep. I got to count on mine. I can't have a dud because I can't throw out a dud. They can have a dud, so a little bit of advantage to the field. I'm fine with it because I don't feel really good about missing around. If they're out there grinding for 6 rounds in 4 days, and I'm only playing 5 rounds, granted taking a couple flights, but if I'm only playing 5 rounds, that's just less wear on my hands, on everything else. So gotta do what you gotta do. But what I'm jealous about is after the morning round on Saturday, they're going and playing the Cradle at Pinehurst, the little par 3 course that Pinehurst has.
Oh, okay.
So they're playing the Cradle is just like a nice little, let's bring a 6-pack each and just have a good time on Saturday night kind of deal. And I am very jealous of that because if you've ever seen any clips of the Cradle, it's a fantastic little par 3.
Oh, that's that. Well, hey, you got to do what you do for your best friends. They're especially your ride or dies.
Exactly.
So you'll play it again next year. I have no doubt. And patent pending. If you guys, what time you guys finish this stuff, you might even be able to scoot yourself over there and get it in during the same trip. Here's to a phenomenal tournament weekend coming up here. Greg, my man, and the guys over the Pinehurst 6. They're fighting for the mink. You're going to see some stories and Instagrams, I'm sure of some, great, reviews of what's going on. I will be checking in with them when I get back after our tournament. We're going to be going live like we did, out here this week from the tournament and our shenanigans. So it's a full week of tournaments. Our next week's podcast, actually this Friday's podcast, the one coming up, will probably be the first one I won't be doing. And it's going to be stamped tournament weekend because we'll be Friday is we're playing Bali High, which is called the Party Scramble. And nobody comes out of the Party Scramble sober and or let alone being able to move. So trying to be able to do a podcast I might get banned on that particular one, so there will be no podcast this next Friday.
Oh man, that'd be the most
just
entertaining
because we're going to
one.
be in tournament mode. Probably. I'll have to see. It might be an impromptu. You might see the the broadcast note email go out to it. I know you're going to be in the mix of it all, so I don't expect you either. But hey, Duffers and fans out there, you might see it, you might not. It's going to be a question mark. But as of right now, I'm not officially scheduling it, unless the crew, unless the whole Duffer guys there are all willing to jump on, and the shenanigans what it would be. And it would probably be from the 19th hole at Bali High. So we will see. I'll keep you posted because that'll be probably well worth it in its own right. With that being said, Greg, it's another awesome week here in the 19th hole. I'm via Puerto Rico. You're getting ready to fine tune and do all the club cleaning. I'm sure you probably already had them out, got them all polished down and ready to rock.
Oh yeah,
getting ready
gotta treat them well.
Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, get over to his channel, check out his antics. They're hysterical. Make sure you let us know, both of us, where you want us to go play next, where you want to get some reviews. I'm going to get Greg out on the course. We're going to be doing this live here soon. Now that he's back up and running and his ankles are good. We'll see how his liver feels and stuff after this tournament. I might be on a month hiatus after this double week. But we will definitely see you guys back out there. Any final shout outs there, Greg?
No final shout outs. Good luck in Vegas, man.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe. We will see you again soon.
See it.